Good evening. My name is Father Anthony Andriassi, and I'm the principal here at Regis High School. I'd like to welcome you this evening to this virtual athletic award ceremony. It's wonderful for you to be able to join us, although virtually, and please God, next year we'll be able to do this in person. It's been a very difficult year for us all, but we come here to give thanks to God for the ways that our student athletes have been able to compete in sports in various ways. So as we come here this evening to recognize them, I ask all of us to remember that we're in God's presence and begin this evening in prayer. In the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. As we gather to give thanks to God for the gift of the Regis athletic program, let us ask the Lord's blessing in a special way, not only on our athletes, but all those who make sports possible at our school. For all those who support the athletic program at Regis in many different ways, especially Mr. Nunziata, Mr. Cullen, Mr. Anselm, and all the coaches. May God bless and confirm them in this important work in which they help their students to give God greater glory through their participation in sports. For all the benefactors of Regis, especially the founding family, whose generosity continues to make excellence in sports at our school possible. May God bless and confirm them in this important work. And finally, for the families and parents of our Regis athletes who do so much, mostly quietly and unseen, to sustain their sons in sports in various ways. May God bless and confirm them in this important work. And finally, let us ask God to bless all of us as we gather here virtually this evening. May our coming together help also to pull us together too as a community, though dispersed, but reminding ourselves that we are united in our collective identity as members of the Regis community and as Christians. And we ask this all in Christ's name, amen. In the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. I now turn the evening's program over to our athletics director, Mr. Annunziata.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this year's Regis Athletic Awards ceremony. Although we'd much rather be in person, we're so happy to be here virtually to celebrate the wonderful accomplishments of our student athletes this year. It was a very difficult year for everyone, given all of the protocols that we had for COVID. I'd like to start off with a sincere thank you to our parents. We've managed to make it through an entire season, an entire year of Regis Athletics without any kind of shutdown due to COVID, which was very difficult, but largely in part to the tremendous help of you parents. So thank you very, very much. All of the daily screenings and the time changes and the difficulties with scheduling the school, I know it was not easy, but you guys made it work. So thank you very, very much. On top of that, I'd like to thank our coaches. I know we put a lot of responsibility on you guys, given all the COVID protocols, something that we're all not used to. But again, we could not have had the year that we had without the dedication and the focus and the commitment of our coaches. And with that, they did such a great job leading our teams this year throughout each season. On top of that, our student athletes. You guys have impressed me tremendously this year. We, again, threw a lot at you guys with COVID protocols and different procedures, and you've all handled it so well, and you've really made everybody at Regis proud. So we're happy to celebrate you guys today. This is about you boys. So what we're going to do today, this evening, we're going to start with the fall season, and we will go into the winter, and then finish with the spring. We'll start level by level, and each level I will announce an award. 2 coaches awards and 1 MVP per team. Let's get started with Regis JV Soccer. This year's Regis JV Soccer team was led by Coach Connor Newton. This was certainly a different kind of Regis soccer season. With remote learning in full swing, mask-wearing protocols in place, and a condensed sprint of a schedule, it was a demanding season for both players and parents, but all rose to the occasion for what was a very successful JV season. Led by sophomore captains Max Dingley, Leopold Rotter, and Alex Sibelja, the team overcame a difficult first game against Fordham Prep to go on a 5-game winning streak, getting contributions up from down the lineup. In the streak, the boys swept their season series against Iona and Stepanak, and also sealed a very big victory over rivals Xavier. After a difficult loss to Monsignor Farrell late in the season, the team was faced with needing to get a win out of 2 games against Farrell and Powerhouse Fordham to make the playoffs. With an exciting late goal against Farrell on a cold, windy night in Staten Island, Max Dingley helped the Raiders clinch the 2 seed in the division, which set up a playoff match against St. Francis Prep. Though the team fought hard, they fell short in that game, losing 2-0. With 12 freshmen, though, this team is poised to be back next year and make some more noise in a difficult division. Congrats to all the players on a great season, and thank you again to all the parents for making it happen. We could not have done it without you. Our first JV Coaches Award. This award goes to a sophomore captain who brought steady leadership in the back, playing almost every minute of every game as a central defender. He led by example with hard work and was a vocal leader when the team needed one. Congratulations to the first Coaches Award recipient, Alex Sabelja. Our second JV Coaches Award goes to the team's leading scorer this season, but it's not only for his goal-scoring acumen that he's presented with this award. He brought a physical, hard-working presence up top as the team's starting striker, but he also took great steps to lead by example and went out of his way to set up teammates as much as he scored himself. This second Coaches Award goes to Peter Zuccarello. Congratulations, Peter. Our JV Soccer MVP is presented to a young man who brought speed, hard work, skill, and adaptability. Whether he was playing on the wing, up top, or in a central midfield role, he brought leadership and timely goals, none more clutch than the late game-winning goal against Farrell. Congratulations to this year's JV Soccer MVP, Max Dingley. Moving on to our varsity soccer team. This year's varsity soccer season was unlike any in the history of the program. Instead of the usual late August start, the season moved to an early October start, and the schedule condensed to 10 games from the usual 15. With only 2 returning players in the addition to 3 returning juniors, the team was relatively inexperienced but eager to play the season. With many COVID protocols in place for practices and games, the team was able to compete its season, albeit with more than a number of postponements and players missing, with winning a max record of 5 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie. The team entered the playoffs as the number 6 seed and easily defeated Crest the King in the first round of the playoffs and faced number 3 seeded Iona Prep in the quarterfinals. A strong game led to a 3-1 win and advanced the program to the intersectional semifinals for a 5th consecutive year. The team played number 2 seeded Fordham Prep, and the game was tied 3-3 with under 3 minutes left to go. Unfortunately, a Fordham Prep free kick squeaked in, and the season ended with a tough 4-3 semifinal loss. The team was led by senior co-captains Nick Ragby and Dylan Kenneth, and they had a great season under difficult circumstances. They leave a strong group of underclassmen ready to compete in a hopefully back to normal season in 2021. And now time for our first Varsity Soccer Coaches Award. A senior co-captain was a jack of all trades for the team, and the coaching staff could rely on him to step into most positions on the field and not only play, but excel at each position. Starting the year at midfield, he was asked to move to defense early on in the season, and without hesitation, he accepted the move for the betterment of the team, and by the end of the season was arguably the best left back in the league. He could always be relied on to work hard, be a strong team-first leader, and was also one of the most skilled leaders on the team. With a team with only 2 returning seniors, it was imperative to have a strong leadership, and Dylan provided both in word and in action. This year's first Varsity Soccer Coaches Award goes to Dylan Kenneth. Congratulations, Dylan. Our second Varsity Soccer Coaches Award. Having not played soccer at Regis for his first 2 years at school, this young man stepped in to make the team as a reserve goalkeeper with no promises of playing time. He never once complained or had any issues and was always a team-first player. Through hard work and dedication, he improved every day and practiced harder than anyone on the team. When an opportunity to start came along midway through the season, he grabbed it and led the team to an impressive win over an always strong Malloy team and held on to that starting job the rest of the season as the team fought back from a slow start to post a winning league record and win 2 playoff games. The second Varsity Soccer Coaches Award goes to Joseph Rochelle. Very well deserved. Congratulations, Joseph. Our Varsity Soccer MVP goes to a senior co-captain and all-league member who was the catalyst for the offensive attack throughout his 2 years on varsity. Playing on the wing, he was always a threat to take defenders on and create offense for himself or his teammates. Throughout his time on varsity, he was one of the few players that rarely came out of the game and was relied on for his steady presence, game knowledge, and skill. The void on the outside of the midfield, as he graduates, will be tough to fill. He has left a strong example for his teammates and underclassmen on how the game should be played. Again, very well deserved. Congratulations to Nick Ragdy on this year's Varsity Soccer MVP. Moving on to our cross-country team, another very successful season led by Coach Dave Bonagura and assistant coach, former Regis alum and former Regis runner, Sebastian Jamshahi. When summer training began in June, the Regis Harriers did not even know if they would have a season in which they would be competing. But train they did in a manner that no team collectively had done in years. Their hard work, done entirely on their own, was not in vain, as the delayed season began in early October and featured all the regular championship contests. The freshman cross-country team was outstanding week in and week out, taking first place in the annual cross-country relay race and first place in the New York Archdiocese. On the varsity level, 5 outstanding captains, Luke Elwood, Iggy Dowling, Matt Vizzini, and Will Shimish, and Tom Cassidy, led with their brutal training regimen and unwavering determination. They led the team to a 6th place finish in the Catholic State Championship in November. Now for our Freshman Cross-Country Coaches Award, our first one. This athlete raced with abandon in each outing. He finished within the top 5 in 4 races, including a win in the Marvin Johnson Invitational in October. He possesses a knack for racing and competing under all types of conditions. As he continues to train, he can become a force to be reckoned with within the league. Our first Coaches Award goes to Emmett Riley. Congratulations, Emmett. Our second Freshman Cross-Country Coaches Award. This athlete has a superb cross-country season, has had a superb cross-country season as the 3rd scorer on the team and finished 10th in the New York Archdiocesan Championship. He showed grit and determination when coming down the final straightaway to a close race. As the year went on, he was a mainstay at practice, coming out to run with the team daily, even on his remote weeks. His dedication transferred to some fine performances in the mile this spring. Our second Coaches Award goes to Dylan Alphanar. Congratulations, Dylan. Our freshman cross-country MVP. This young red man races like a maniac, pressing the gas pedal to the floor as soon as the gun sounds in the style of distance running legend Steve Prefontaine. He was our lead runner in practice and in races until a broken arm cut short his final race of the season. Once healed, he applied that same medal to the track, where he was only one of 4 freshmen in the entire CHSAA to break the coveted 5-minute barrier in the mile. Congratulations to Thomas Chung, the freshman MVP. Now on to our Sophomore Cross Country Coaches Award. And here is our first one. This athlete lives and breathes distance running. He trains hard, having recorded an excellent summer base of training, followed by high-quality in-season workouts. He is also the team's biggest cheerleader, both in person and on the team's running log. Regis Cross Country is a better team thanks to the dedication and positive attitude of Henry Noonan, our first Cross Country Sophomore Coaches Award recipient. Congratulations, Henry. Our second Sophomore Cross Country Coaches Award. This athlete has trained as hard as anyone over the summer in preparing for the season, reaching 500 total miles before any other sophomore has. Once the season began, he battled through injuries that, though they limited his performance, did not break his spirit. The coaches are proud to present the second Sophomore Coaches Award to Jack Coyne. Congratulations, Jack. Our sophomore cross-country MVP. This athlete started the season with a bang, capturing the silver medal in the first race of the season. He continued to pace his fellow sophomores as the season progressed. He was Regis's first JV finisher and 9th overall in the Jesuit Championships in November. He continued to train to the best of his abilities throughout the winter and spring when he recorded some solid times in the mile run. He works hard in every practice, and he is among a team of dedicated and cooperative athletes, one of the most dedicated and cooperative around. Our sophomore MVP, very well deserved, is to Tommy Fitzmaurice. Congratulations, Tommy. Moving on to our Varsity Cross Country Award. Our first Varsity Cross Country Coaches Award. On a team of many dedicated athletes, this one is among the most dedicated. His perseverance and desire to excel pushed him through every long run over the summer, through every practice, and to be sure, through all of his runs over 4 years. His efforts yielded tangible results, as he was the team's second scorer in both the Archdiocesan and the Catholic State Championships this October. He will be sorely missed as a quiet leader who let his work ethic do the talking for him. The coaches are delighted that he will be continuing his running career in the fall at Holy Cross College. Congratulations to senior Will Shimish on a great 4 years of running at Regis. Our second Varsity Cross Country Coaches Award. Our second Coaches Award goes to an athlete who was our second or third scorer in most races and whose keen sense of humor kept workouts and practices fun for everyone. To see this young man practice and to see the amount of distance he logged in, not just in cross country, but throughout the year, is to see someone who wants to be the best he can be. The coaches are most grateful for his leadership and enthusiasm over the season and over his 4 excellent years of running at Regis. Congratulations to Tom Cassidy, who is our second Varsity Coach Award winner. Now for our Varsity Cross Country MVP. The coaches are short on superlatives to describe the cross country season of Luke Elwood, who finished in first or second place in every race this season. He is the second fastest Regis runner in school history over the famed 2.5-mile course at Van Cortlandt Park, recording a time of 13:07. The only thing better than what Luke has achieved is how he achieved it, with tremendous hard work, humility, cheerfulness, and a quiet calm. Luke was not only the fastest guy on the team, but also one of the biggest fans of his teammates. The coaches would like to congratulate Luke on a superb career, and we wish him more personal best as he continues his running career at the College of William and Mary this fall. Very, very well deserved. Congratulations to Luke. Moving on to Regis basketball. This year's Regis basketball season was certainly different. And what we ended up doing was making a Regis basketball league for former basketball players, current basketball players, and regular students. And it turned out that this league has been excellent. The boys are having so much fun. But right now, we'd like to recognize the 5 seniors who have had varsity basketball experience. And we will go through each one of them now. Our first senior is Julian Castabert, a starter in the varsity team's second leading scorer as a junior and JV MVP as a sophomore. Julian has been an incredible Regis basketball player. Throughout his career, he has grown into a passionate leader while retaining the happy-go-lucky spirit that makes him such a fun teammate. Julian has proven himself capable of locking down the other team's best player on one end and making the game-winning play on the other. While he might frustrate the coaching staff at times with his wild shots and dunk attempts, which is why we love him, he'll wow them in equal measure when he converts those attempts. Congratulations on a great career, Julian. Our next senior, Ed Desiak. The consummate team player, Ed has done the little things for his team since his freshman year. Happy to set screens, talk on defense, and grab boards. Ed's selflessness on the court befits his personality very well. Ed stands up for his teammates and the little guy in the locker room, on and off the court. During his junior year, Ed developed an outside shooting touch, showing how he consistently works on his game. Congratulations, Ed, on a wonderful career at Regis High School. Our next senior, Connor Geelan. After being team MVP as a freshman, Connor has been beset with a series of injuries and illnesses that make one want to consult with a witch doctor. I'm going to go ahead and blame Coach Moran on that joke. However, his spirit and passion for the game of basketball never wavered, helping the coaching staff as a strategist. When he was able to get on the court, Connor's herky-jerky pace and smooth touch helped jolt the team. As a leader, he never showed frustration and consistently focuses on what to do next. Congratulations, Connor, on a fantastic career in Regis basketball. Our next senior, Andrew Galeb. With quiet confidence, Andrew was the steady hand at the point throughout his Regis career and as a varsity starter his junior year. Able to pressure opponents on defense and light it up from the outside, he leads by example on and off the court. Congratulations, Andrew Galeb, on a wonderful career at Regis. Our next senior, Thomas Richardson. The team's X factor. Thomas gives his all in every practice, possession, and pickup game. Just as a junior, he challenged Regis's unofficial record for charges taken in an entire varsity career. With ice running through his veins, he's able to hit clutch shots when the team needs it most. Always unassuming and egoless, his teammates can't help but follow his contagious example. Congratulations, Thomas Richardson, on a wonderful Regis basketball career. And last but not least, senior Joseph Zuccarello. Possibly the most improved player throughout his Regis career, Zook had the fans chanting his name as a junior. He became a beast in the post, using his soft touch underneath and imposing physicality. His relaxed nature lightens the mood off the court as well. He worked diligently to get in shape between his sophomore and junior year, consistently being able to dunk the ball in his practice. We're very proud of Joe. Congratulations on a wonderful career at Regis High School. Now we move on to indoor track and field. For the first time ever, indoor track morphed into winter track in a season like no other. Masks were worn at all times, no parents and no spectators were allowed, and athletes had to dress warmly since they were competing at a track and field meet at Iona Prep, outdoors in February. The boys practiced wherever they could, the park, the lower gym, the cafeteria, and of course at home. If they were lucky, they got to compete indoors sometimes at Ocean Breeze. If not, they froze their legs off at Icon Stadium or Iona Prep. There were some great performances. Luke Elwood broke a 9-year-old record in the 3200. Drew Boyce won a triple jump medal at the intersectional championships. And the 4x800 team of Luke, Tom Cassidy, Matt Vizzini, and Will Shimmish qualified for the George Eastman CHSA Championship, placing 4th. But there were bizarre moments as well. A 300-meter run, traditionally an indoor event, run at Icon. A set of 55-meter hurdles at Iona Prep. And the three amigos of Joe Liberatore, Sal Perugine, and Vince Sirach all set shot put PRs in the lower gym in a dual meet with Fordham Prep, all broadcasted on Zoom for the first time in school history. And may I give my own little personal shout out to the three amigos for a fantastic career as Regis shot putters and a great job this year in the COVID season. Thanks to all our parents who supported and drove their sons to meets they never saw in person, and congratulations to our athletes for their smiles, their gritted teeth, their numb fingers and toes, and their gutty performances throughout the strangest season that we've certainly ever seen. Very well said by the one and only Coach Bonagoro. Now time for our first indoor winter track freshman coaches award. This award goes to a tall, powerful, and multi-talented young man, unafraid to tackle the 55-meter hurdles. He ran a personal best of 10.7 at a polar bear meet at Icon and took 5th place at another outdoor meet in February. He also emerged as a fine sprinter, earning a PR of 8:50 by the season's end. He had a good attitude about the many practices in the cold weather and seemed to handle hurdle drills with ease. The Freshman Coaches Award, our first, goes to Austin Mejia. Congratulations, Austin. Our second Winter Track Coaches Award. This athlete loved to come to practice, loved to compete, and did everything asked of him. His enthusiasm for the sport and for being part of the team was inspiring. As a sprinter, he broke 30 seconds for the 200 meters and 47 seconds for the 300 meters, both solid marks for freshmen. The second Coaches Award goes to Ray Canning. Congratulations, Ray. Our indoor track and field freshman MVP. Due to the weather and the hybrid school schedule, freshmen did not get to compete or practice as much as the older counterparts, except one. Throughout the long winter run, this runner made every practice, whether his cohort was in school or not, and he never hesitated to compete alongside runners who were older and far more experienced than he was. He matched his determination with a great sense of humor and a positive demeanor that he kept with him for every practice, even when the only one to run with was the coach. Tommy Nolan is a model for his dedication and attitude, and the coaches are happy to present him this MVP award. Congratulations, Tommy Nolan. On to our sophomore awards and the first coaches award for sophomores. This athlete was one of our most reliable and hardworking. If we needed someone to fill in on a relay, he was quick to volunteer. He ran some quality legs in our 800-meter relay team, and he recorded a personal best in the 300 meters of 43 seconds. The first sophomore coaches award goes to Jack Stappenbeck. Congratulations, Jack. Our second sophomore coaches award. He is a man of few words, a cool-handed Luke, if there ever was one. Great job, Coach Monagura. Drop a pile of lunch trays in the cafeteria and you'll barely get a twitch. But inside that stoic exterior is a real competitor, a hard worker, and a 3-season athlete. Good day or bad, he'll be back next time, pushing himself forward. He ran a stunning time of 10:37 in the hurdles at the CHSA Championship, setting himself up for a fine outdoor campaign. In fact, when his coach told him he'd probably have to hit a faster time for his signature event, the grueling 400-meter hurdles, if he wanted to run at the intersectional meet later this season, something clicked. He ran the subsequent workouts with fire and concentration, driving himself to hit that time. We think even we saw a grin, but maybe it was a growl displaying his fighting spirit. Either way, this year's Sophomore Coaches Award number 2 goes to Sainin Gary. Congratulations. On to our sophomore indoor track MVP. Our sophomore MVP is a bright, cheerful young man, always positive and energetic in every practice and meet. This was his very first season in track and field, as his freshman entry to the team was cut short by the pandemic. He rarely missed practice, and he looks his coach in the eye with a smile when he listens to the workout, asking smart questions to maximize his practice sessions. He had the guts to work his way through the tough hurdle workouts, dealing with falls and scrapes along the way with his trademark grin. His efforts have made him one of the top sophomore hurdlers in the league. And in the outdoor season, he finished second among sophomores at the New York CHSA Sophomore Championships. We're seeing toughness and grit in him, a drive to be the best he can be that blossoms into truly great runners. The sophomore track and field MVP is given to Aiden Puma. Congratulations, Aiden. Very well deserved. On to our indoor track and field varsity coaches award. This young man was an 8-season sprinter and one of our most dedicated. He never ever missed a practice for 4 years. He worked hard and did his work with no fanfare or drama. This year, he was a leader at practice, pacing all the sprinters through the warm-up drills each day for the winter and again in the spring. He also excels at receiving the baton in the 4x200 meter relay, a skill that is much harder than it looks. The coaches would like to thank Raymond Rico for his generous commitment to the team over these 4 years. Our first Varsity Coaches Award goes to Raymond Rico. Congratulations. Our second Varsity Coaches Award. This sprinter improved tremendously over the last 2 years and has become a mainstay on our fastest relays for indoor and outdoor track. He was always eager to compete, and when he did with abandon. He ran 40 flat in the 300 meters and a very impressive 25 seconds in the 200 meters. Congratulations to Mark Kuby on a fine career and a second Indoor Varsity Coaches Award. Our Indoor Winter Track Varsity MVP. It is hard to find an athlete who means more to his teammates than this young man. He is one of the hardest workers on the team of hard workers. To see him run as a freshman and to see him run as a senior is as if seeing two different runners, and not just because he grew over a foot in 4 years. Throughout thousands upon thousands of miles run, this athlete transformed himself into a bona fide distance runner who loves the sport and loves to compete. He is his own toughest critic of his performances, although this year there was not much to criticize, as he shattered all his goals on the track this season and is now looking for more. Congratulations to our team MVP, Iggy Dowling, whose career is a model for all on how, if they put their mind to something and work daily to achieve it, you can achieve anything that you want to. Congratulations to Iggy Dowling on the Varsity Indoor Track MVP. Now moving on to Regis Baseball, and we will start with JV, our head coach, John Reagan, assistant coach, Will Hanlon, who is still in the middle of their seasons. First of all, I'd like to thank Coach Reagan and Coach Hanlon on doing a fantastic job this spring. We will begin with our description and go into our Coaches Awards and MVP. The 2021 Regis JV baseball season is currently in mid-swing. Led by sophomore sluggers Henry Kalani and Aiden Gooley, the team is beginning to hit its stride just at the right time. Freshmen Michael McNamara and Peter Fitzmaurice have locked up the middle infield, while Jonathan Cardona and Philip Andriola have both established themselves as reliable options behind the plate and in the batter's box. The freshman outfield tandem of Owen Hardigan, Michael Scalzo, and James Delgadio routinely give our opponent batters fits as they cover the entire outfield, tracking down deep flies and short liners with ease. Sophomore Mike Nelson has established himself as a solid bat in the middle of the order and has done an amazing job in developing into a sure-handed first baseman when called upon. Sophomores Matthew Ruggiero, Raymond Provost, and Nate Croce have been leading the team with energy from the dugout and on the pitching mound. This young team has done a great job of competing, and is currently 2-2 in the 9-game division play season with his sights on a postseason berth. The team works hard, plays harder, and has a great time doing it. Go Raiders, in the great words of Coach John Reagan. Time for our first JV Baseball Coaches Award. This first Coaches Award goes to a player who has been a true pleasure to coach. From the jump, he has been a student of the game, and it shows as he has grown to be a reliable player at the various positions from pitcher to first base and third base to outfield, all while swinging a powerful bat and striking out minimally. His receptiveness and hard work give him the opportunity to continue to develop into a great baseball player, and it is a pleasure to present the first Coaches Award to Michael Nelson. Congratulations, Michael. Our second JV Baseball Coaches Award. The second Coaches Award goes to a player who provides the team with leadership and a spark in the heart of our batting order. This cerebral player is a pleasure to coach because he is a vocal leader, quick on his toes, and can make the ever-crucial batting adjustments pitch to pitch to keep opposing pitchers from getting too comfortable on the mound. He also does a great job of taking charge of the defense at whatever position he plays, and he will surely be a great addition to the varsity team next year. I want to offer a very big congratulations to Aiden Gooley, our second Coaches Award recipient. Congratulations, Aiden. The MVP of a 2021 JV baseball team is truly our most valuable player. Not only has he shown his peers the heart and perseverance to bounce back from adverse outings early in the season, but over his last games, he has established himself as an ace within the league. He is a leader through both his actions and voice on the field and swings a lightning rod from the cleanup spot. An RBI machine, ace, big unit, whatever you want to call him. Congratulations to Henry Kalani, our 2021 JV Baseball MVP. Oh, spoiler alert. We will start with our varsity baseball recap and go into the awards. In the words of Coach Pizzanti, the Regis varsity baseball team, a young spirited group which played a lot of games in the fall and spring seasons this year and had a chance to compete with some of the best schools in the CHSA. The group improved from day one on the field and had some special wins and moments. A group that works hard, never gives up, and gives it their all on the field every single day. Led by senior captains Nico Allen and Joe Healy, the team has had an equal balance of underclassmen. No deficit was ever too great for the club. Their spirit on the bench and ability to never give up came through with each game. The team has goals to do some damage in the postseason and send their senior class off with a bang. Time for our first Varsity Baseball Coaches Award. A player who works tirelessly in the summer, always asking questions, trying to get better, was voted captain by his teammates, always willing to lay down a bunt and do the little things on the field for the team. He also emerged as one of the top pitchers of the staff. He showed command and composure in any situation on the mound and is certainly the ultimate competitor. Our first Varsity Baseball Coaches Award goes to Nico Allen. Congratulations, Nico. Our second Varsity Baseball Coaches Award. Stable on the varsity team for 3 years, he will continue his baseball and academic career at Susquehanna University. This player was our shortstop, one of our top pitchers, battled in the middle of the lineup, and is a team captain. A player who took it upon himself to improve, working every day with the coaches to get better defensively and as a hitter. He is an extension of the coaching staff and has matured before the coach's eyes. A competitor, a gamer, and a true pleasure to coach. Congratulations, the second Varsity Baseball Coach Award recipient, Joseph Healy. Our Varsity Baseball MVP, an underclassman with a bright future. This player caught and played in the infield, and like the two Coaches Award recipients, put in so much extra work to get better. He was named the CHSA Hitter of the Week in early May and has been an important part of our lineup. It is exciting to see what the future will bring for this young player who has a great work ethic on the field and in the classroom. An ultimate student athlete with a lot of talent. We are proud to give our Varsity Baseball MVP to sophomore Dean Manello. Very well deserved. Congratulations, Dean. Now time for our outdoor track and field. In the wise words of Coach Bonagura once again, this season was close to as a normal season as we've seen since the start of the pandemic. And it was clear that the athletes were thrilled to get back to the 2020 season that they lost. Athletes wore masks to every meet. They reported for their events, competed, and promptly left. Half of them came to practice every week, and the other half followed a remote workout plan. Some of them at that. Dropped by practice on their off weeks. And a welcome sight was seeing the parents and fans restricted from the stands, watching the events from the hill overlooking the famous Icon Stadium. Luke Elwood established himself as Regis's latest distance superstar. In April, he broke a 10-year 3,200-meter school record previously held by Ryan Phillips, class of 2012, from whom he got a congratulatory note. Then in May, he ran a 9:17:37 at the Henderson Classic in Pennsylvania, breaking his own record by 6 seconds. Drew Boyce became only the fourth student in the school's 100-plus year history to triple jump 40 feet, cementing his place among the league's best. Joe Rochelle and Olivier Jawornicki were solidly in the top 5 javelin throwers in the state all season long. Nate Hernandez put up some scorching times in the 200, and freshman Thomas Chun broke 5 minutes for the mile. Now time for our first Freshman Coaches Award for outdoor track. The cheerful attitude of certain runners can be contagious, and this young man's heart, energy, and spirit helped enliven the team all year long, from cross-country through spring track. After an excellent cross-country season where he was our 5th scorer, this athlete was a fierce competitor in the mile and half mile on the track. He is a key member of this team, and the coaches will be looking to him for leadership and inspiration in the years to come. This first coaches award goes to Gibran Castu. Congratulations, Gibran. Our second freshman coaches award. This young man joined the team in the winter season, and after some early promise was hampered by an injury. He came back and rebuilt quickly. For the spring campaign, he became an 800-meter specialist, running aggressively throughout his races. By season's end, he was applying that same aggression to his training runs in Central Park. The coaches are proud to bestow Jason Alperin with this award in recognition of his tremendous hard work, dedication, and improvement over the year. Congratulations, Jason. Our outdoor freshman MVP. This 3-season young man showed us something in his first 600-meter run at Icon Stadium Polar Bear meet. One of the smallest runners in the field, he tore out in front, shocking everyone, and hung on tight for a fine performance. He came out for the hurdles and worked hard to get his form down, happily listening to his coach critique him left and right. When the season transitioned to outdoor, it was clear that this talented athlete would be the perfect fit for the 400-meter hurdles. Then, when we watched him in practice, it was clear he'd be good for another unusual event, the steeplechase. He definitely hurdled each barrier in practice and looked like a real expert on the water hazard. He was soaking wet and awfully tired, but he never complained. He was the third-place finisher at the NYCHSA Freshman Champs in April in a time of 72:31 at the Intersectional Freshman Champs and became the school's first steeplechaser in 2 years. He's a bold, hard-working youngster, and his fearlessness will make him a fine runner for years to come. Our freshman MVP, very well deserved, is Caleb Lee Kong. Congratulations, Caleb. Moving on to our sophomore awards, the first sophomore coaches award. This 3-season athlete loves to practice and loves to compete. He has an excellent practice attendance. While he does not have much to say, his passion is on clear display as he gave everything he had in each race, especially in the 200 meters, his specialty. He may not always have the correct uniform on for competition, but he is never found wanting in effort. Our first sophomore coaches award goes to Antonio June. Congratulations, Antonio. Our second sophomore coaches award. It is rare for a 3-season athlete to receive 2 awards in a year, but as the vagaries of fortune turned in this abnormal year, this athlete was a rock of consistency, never missing a single practice while doing everything he was supposed to do when at home. He also chipped away at his personal best time in the mile all spring long, notching a 5-second improvement in the second to last meet of the season. Congratulations to Henry Noonan for a great year of competing. This year's outdoor sophomore track and field MVP. Talk about enthusiasm. When we decided to rest this young man for 1 week before a major sophomore championship event, and he immediately asked to compete with the juniors and seniors. He's learned that maybe tennis is a good crossover sport after all, because he showed impressive speed and strength that translated both the track and the field. He fired off an amazing 133-foot performance in the javelin, becoming the sophomore league champion and establishing himself as the #1 10th grade thrower in New York State. He also won a medal at the sectional champs in the 100-meter dash and pushed his way onto the varsity 4x100-meter team. We nearly have to kick him out of every practice, even the one he attends during his remote weeks, always asking for one more throw or one more down start. An injury interrupted his breakout season, but he's working hard to make it back to the field by the year's end. The energy and cheerfulness he brings to our team is infectious, and we look forward to big things from him in years to come. The sophomore MVP is Olivier Jawornicki. Congratulations, Olivier. On to our varsity outdoor track and field coach awards. This athlete has consistently been our best sprinter for 2 years now. Whether in a relay or running individually, this young man showed great promise as a sophomore, and he delivered on that promise as a varsity athlete. He is our only sprinter to crack 25 seconds in 200 meters, a feat he has achieved regularly both indoors and outdoors. And he has done it all with the same quiet humility he has demonstrated in 4 years with the team. The coaches will certainly miss Nathaniel Hernandez next year, but we are very grateful for the outstanding contribution that he has made to our team. Congratulations to Nathaniel, our first Outdoor Coaches Award. Our second Varsity Coaches Award. Perhaps no one was more excited to get back to the outdoor season he lost than this field event athlete. Quietly, calmly, he goes about every practice, never complaining. He follows each workout to the utmost detail and checks the video to make sure he's doing it right. Breaking the stereotypes of many jumpers, he takes the sprint workout seriously, knowing they'll make him a better overall athlete. And when he takes the runway, you'll hear the other coaches and athletes say, wow, his phases are amazing. Year after year, he has improved, and each season he comes back stronger and stronger. This spring, he became only the 4th athlete in school history to crack the 40-foot mark, though, true to character, he spent all of the following week critiquing a video of that jump. Loyal and steadfast, the recipient of the second Varsity Coaches Award is Andrew Boyce. Congratulations, Drew. Very well deserved. Our Outdoor Varsity MVP. What superlatives are left to describe the magical year that Luke Elwood has had? As he did during cross country, Luke finished first or second in every league event that he ran. So often he was so far ahead of the field that it was clear that Luke had reached a whole other level as an athlete. Coaches from around the league are amazed at his finishing speed, a sign of his talent and determination to win. Luke handily broke the school record in the 2-mile run in the subpar conditions at Icon Stadium. Seeking stiffer competition, Luke traveled to Pennsylvania in early May, where he crushed his own record in the 2-mile by an outstanding 6 seconds, lowering the mark to 9:17. As of this writing, the school's 1-mile record is Luke's #1 target in the remaining weeks of the season. Congratulations to Luke on an outstanding career of 12 seasons of running at Regis High School. Your Varsity MVP, Luke Elwood. Congratulations, Luke. Now on to Regis Golf, led by myself, Coach Nunziata, and our assistant coach, Coach Quinones, who is what I like to call the head of the golf program. We had a very special golf season this year. We just finished up Monday, the 17th, and we finished the season undefeated, a 12-0 record. We had a really, really great group this year. Again, our second season since 2007. It was the most difficult year for me to coach because our 1 through 8 can start on any team in this league. And these boys went out and won every match that we've played this year. And our individual match record is outstanding, 54-6. Okay, and of that 6, 4 of those were losses and 2 of those were ties. When you look at a 12-0 season, it seems like it's just kind of rolling through, cruising. But these boys came every single day prepared, focused, no matter who we were playing, when we were playing them. They stayed humble, they stayed focused, they stayed ready to go every single day. They kept each other, they held each other accountable. And they truly impressed me every single day. And we look to go on now in the playoffs next week and work our way towards the city championship this year, which I think is certainly in sight for these boys. So please, everyone in the Regis community, wish us luck. I know these boys are going to go out and compete the best way that they can. Our first Varsity Coaches Award goes to a sophomore who I can say, without this young man's grit and performances early on, our season does not go the way that it did this year. This sophomore, our second match of the year, we played against Fordham Prep, who is certainly one of our rivals in this league and a very, very good team. The sophomore, Harry Daly, pushed into a playoff and sank a 10-foot putt, which was his 4th 1-putt in a row. to win this match with an entire gallery following him. If Harry Daly does not make that putt and grit out a win and play fearless golf as he did, we do not carry that momentum going into the season, and our season looks very different. And again, just one small example of the hard work that these boys put in this year. But I'm so proud of him, whether he was starting at the 5, working on the range, playing at the 6. He came in with a positive attitude every single day, and it's just truly a pleasure to coach. So I'm happy to give this first Coach's Award to sophomore Harry Daly. Our next Coach's Award goes to a senior. There are so many things for me to say about this young man. It's hard to put into a slide in an award ceremony. He is a walking golf encyclopedia. When we get prepared for matches on courses that we haven't played before, I quite literally put him in a Zoom room with our team, and he will go through every single hole like it's the back of his hand. He can give you every shot. He can give you the course designer. It's pretty unbelievable to watch. But it just goes to show that couples with his talent. He's been one of the best players in the league since he started at Regis as a sophomore. He's been in the 2 consistently since he's been at Regis. He has only lost 1 match this year, which is unbelievable. And he really is someone that I do not take for granted. He is a true leader on the team, a very big part of our success, right? We have somewhat of a young team this year, and he's just an unbelievable leader, such a great young man, a ton of character, and I know he's going to go and do fantastic things at Middlebury. I know this is just the beginning of his career. I'm so proud of Thomas Petroselli, and I'm just incredibly happy to give him this second Coach's Award. Congratulations, Thomas. Our varsity golf MVP, this was somewhat of an easy one. This young man has not lost a single match this year in competition. His scoring average for the regular season was 34.5, which is about a shot and a half under par, which is undoubtedly number 1 in the league. He has lost 1 single match in a playoff his sophomore year to the season MVP. Throughout his entire career, he's only lost 1 match, which is pretty special. But on top of that, you know, when we go into matches, we get receive compliments for some of our players, right? For our whole team, how they conduct themselves, how they go and they play. But it makes me most proud when I hear coaches come up to me and compliment this young man on how mature he is, on how humble he is, on his character. And so most valuable player is also most valuable person here. He's going to play golf at University of Pennsylvania. And at some point, I run out of things to say about him. He has impressed me every single day that he's been out there on the golf course. And this is a very, very well-deserved award. Our varsity golf MVP goes to George Rossler. Congratulations, George. Moving on to Ultimate Frisbee. In the words of Coach Doug Eichmann, coupled by assistant coach Mr. Xavier Simon, and we are very lucky to have former Regis alum and Ultimate Frisbee player at Elon University, Garrett Wibbelsman, who has been our volunteer assistant coach this year. He's been such a fantastic addition for us. In the words of Coach Eichmann, Regis Ultimate has had a successful, if unusual, season thus far this spring. The team returned a strong group of seniors led by captains Jacob Fett, Connor Flannery, and James Pardo, as well as returning players Dylan Kenneth, James Post, and Marcus Schubert. A large group of new freshmen and sophomores have worked hard to learn the game and practices throughout March and April. And the team has looked sharp thus far, beating all 3 teams in their division through May 2nd. Junior Max Kurjakovic and sophomore Sebastian Espinal and Seamus Flannery have stood out among many rising contributors to a deep and well-rounded squad that hopes to compete for a division and city title in June. Our first Ultimate Frisbee Coaches Award. This is the Ultimate Frisbee Offensive Player of the Year. He has blossomed into this year as the team's leading cutter and deep threat. He has single-handedly caused 2 teams to switch to zone defense in the second half after not being able to slow him down, including scoring 5 straight goals in the first half against SSLI. He has been the team's emotional leader, and his goofy energy keeps every player on the team loose and ready to play their best. The first Ultimate Frisbee Coaches Award goes to Dylan Kenneth. Once again, congratulations, Dylan. Very, very well deserved. Our second Ultimate Frisbee Coaches Award, and this is the team's Defensive Player of the Year. This young man has continued to have his excellent work for Regis Ultimate, continuing to wreck opposing offenses with his speed and explosiveness. He has had the best hands in the team since his freshman year, and his reliability, savvy on the field, and impressive stamina have helped solidify the team's top lineups this season. Through our nominee for a defensive award, he has had his fair share of offensive highlights this season as well, and his ability to sky taller players promises continues to astound this season. Our second Coaches Award goes to James Pardo. Congratulations, James. Our Ultimate Frisbee MVP. This young man has been the heart and soul of Regis Ultimate, leading the team on and off the field, on the sidelines, and in practice with his passion, energy, and high level of skill. Connor's throws and vision on the field have propelled the Regis offensive attack all season long, and whenever the going gets tough, the team looks to Connor to make a play. Connor has led the team in assists, points played, and has set both the tone and example for the whole team of excellence and commitment. Congratulations to Connor Flannery, this year's Ultimate Frisbee MVP. Moving on to what we all wait for, Regis Volleyball. This is a tough bill for me to fill here. I'm speaking in the words of the great Coach Alex Chan and his wonderful athletic awards ceremony speeches. We will start with a recap and go into our coaches' awards. In the words of Coach Alex Chan, emerging from a year and a half off, the varsity team entered this abbreviated season with an intense will to win. Tryouts produced 17 members representing each grade level and kept unbroken Coach Chan's promise to attract students outside the athletic department, with 1/3 of the roster not participating in any other school sport. In our first 2 matches against Salesian and Xavier, we went undefeated, winning all the sets. However, our 3rd match against Iona saw a disappointing loss. In our 4th match against Fordham Prep, we regained our prowess on offensive and defensive strength to win against Fordham Prep. The team is eager for another win in our upcoming match against St. John's and redemption as we play Iona again. Thereafter, the team will focus on the championship match to continue a defense of its league title. The team thanked the Regis family, staff, coaches, faculty, family, friends for their unwavering support. A special thanks to our athletic director, Coach Sal, whose leadership during these challenging times was especially guiding. Thank you, Coach. We wish great success and give thanks to our team seniors, Joe, Marin, Peter, Seth, Nico, Ben, and Anthony. In our final thought, we thank God for the health of all and the chance to play the sport that we love. As always, very well said by Coach Alex Chan, and we will jump into our first Varsity Volleyball Coaches Award. This first Varsity Volleyball Coaches Award goes to a true volleyball enthusiast. Only a volleyball diehard would go to Croatia for a volleyball camp taught by a former Olympic coach. But his heart is even bigger than his skills. He shares his game knowledge and encouragement with younger players. He is the first to propose new ways to increase team unity and is a great assistant to Coach Chan. He is a tremendous co-captain, a true leader, team player, and this award truly recognizes those attributes. Our first Varsity Volleyball Coaches Award goes to Marin Gabrick. Our second Varsity Volleyball Coaches Award, the Beast. Joe earned that name not for the many hours of lifting weights, but for his power at the net. Although he is a powerful hitter, Joe leads by example. Knowing that he did not make the team his first seasons as the strongest player, Joe dedicated himself to perfecting his offensive skills, serves, blocking, and overall movement. Such dedication reflects the value of hard work and self-improvement. It is an inspiration for the team and players who wish to push themselves despite a lack of volleyball experience. These are qualities recognized by a coach's award, and this is why Joseph Zuccarello deserves our second Varsity Volleyball Coaches Award. Congratulations to Zuc, very, very well deserved. Our Varsity Volleyball MVP, the most valuable player award traditionally recognizes the player with the best skill sets. This young man has that. Whether it's his killer jump serve, his passing skills, power hits, or defensive coverage on hard hits, this young man is a tremendous player. But Coach Chan believes that the MVP award is more than that. The recipient should also be a player that is valuable for team dynamics. This young man is the first and the loudest cheer both on and off the court for his team. He mentors the younger players and has an intense need to win. These are very valuable attributes, along with his physical volleyball playing, making Piotr Kozlowski the Varsity Volleyball most valuable player. Congratulations to Piotr. At this time, I would like to turn it over to Father Andriasi, who is going to announce our Egan and Mannion Award winners.
Surprise? Clearly, I'm not Father Andriasi. We had both decided that the person with the best reservoir time should be the one to have the honor and privilege to present the next two awards. So here I am. I'll share my screen and we can begin. To start, the Father William Egan Award. This award honors the memory of Father Egan, a member of the Regis class of 1939, faculty member for 39 years, and a great supporter of Regis athletics. This award is bestowed upon the senior student athlete who during his athletic career put the needs of his team and his teammates above his own. His sense of fair play and sportsmanship exemplified the ideals of Regis High School. This year, the Father William J. Egan Award goes to Reed Nerlina. Reed, congratulations. Next, the Sean Mannion Award. The annual award for outstanding performance in varsity athletics is named for Sean Mannion, who in his years at Regis showed unusual promise as a student, athlete, and person. The winners of this award receive a gold medal and their names are inscribed on the Mannion Award plaque, which is displayed in the main foyer of Regis. The name of the winner of this award is announced at the athletics dinner, and the recipient is honored again in front of the entire graduating class when the award is conferred during the graduation exercises. This year, the Sean Mannion Award is given ex aequo to Luke Elwood and George Rossler. Luke and George, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mariano, and congratulations to Reed, Luke, and George on your very well-deserved awards. Before we leave tonight, I would just like to say a couple words. As some of you may know already, I will be leaving Regis this year to pursue the next step in my career. And I just want to give a special thank you to everyone in the Regis community. I've considered myself lucky to be a part of Regis for the last 4 years. Being a Regian is something that you truly don't understand until you're able to be there and experience it and see it and see the brothership and the passion that everyone has inside of this building. It is something that I've been very, very proud of throughout my 4 years here. And I think I will always consider myself to be a Regis guy. On top of that, congratulations and thank you everyone for your time tonight. For all those in Regis Athletics, we're so happy to celebrate you all. Have a wonderful night. And for the very last time, go Regis.